One. All right, we've got RIP Takeoff. RIP Takeoff. Welcome to another edition of the Self-Love Show. Live and live in color. Tonight's topic, we're breaking down what is the alkaline diet, unpacked. We got an honored guest in the building, our naturopath, Gamal, Hakim. We're going to unpack that and many other topics near and dear to Chi-Town. Welcome, Chi-Town. Welcome, Inglewood, Cali. Big ups, big ups, big ups. All right, production, on your ready, sir.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Show starts in 3 minutes. Please like, share, subscribe. Please like, share, subscribe. Post it on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, wherever. Let's get it.
In entering upon this course of instruction, each of you should, so far as possible, lay aside for the time being all previous theories and beliefs. By so doing, you will be saved the trouble of trying
All the way through the show
to put, quote, new wine into old wineskins, end quote. Luke chapter 5, verse 37. If there's anything as we proceed which you don't understand or agree with, just let it lie passively in your mind until you have enjoyed the entire show. For many statements that would at first arouse antagonism and discussion will be cleared and easily accepted a little farther on. After the show is over, if you wish to return to your old beliefs and ways of living, you are at perfect liberty to do so. But for the time being, be willing to become as a little child. For said the Master, in spiritual things, quote, except ye become as little children, ye shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven, end quote. Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. If at times there seems to be repetition, please remember, the Self-Love Show is a lesson, not a lecture.
And even in this instance, if I could be of service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else, because it's coming from you. A lot of times we forget that. We look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval, and it has to come from within.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
and you handle the truth, though. Could have had their own personal nuclear arsenal. You know what I mean?
I mean, you know, in case the government come after you. Yeah, the government can come after you, man. The government.
Yeah,
You gotta be able to protect ourselves from the government.
I feel you. All right. So what's happening today? For y'all who don't know our format, we always kick it off with the self-love show quote of the day. Then we got our MGD. That's our more growth and development video. It's our platform. That's what we are standing upon. It's less than a minute. Self-love and I will unpack a video, speaking of the government, and we'll ask you guys in the chat, and also we'll vote if we like it or if it's tyranny. That's all part of the show. Of course, your mind is a terrible thing to waste. Your mind is a muscle. So we believe if you exercise said muscle, it won't, atrophy. So with that being said, we have our riddle, which is our dome teaser. We give you the riddle at the top of the show. Hopefully you guys in the chat are smart enough, can process information, enough to put in the correct answer at the end of the chat. Normally it comes down to Brother Wordsmith, who figures it all out. But lately the chat has been getting smarter, so I think this process is working. Tonight's topic, what is the alkaline diet? We're going to unpack that with our naturopath. Mr. Gamal Henderson is in the building. And we always wrap it up with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang. And that's where this brother, to my right, wraps everything up, summarizes everything in a bit of metaphysical prose right off the rip, right off the top of the dome. Totally suggest you guys stick around for that. But first, you got any announcements, self-love?
Like, share, subscribe. I got a big event coming up in June. I just want y'all to check their calendars for the June 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Further information to be given.
Easy for me to remember. That's my anniversary. 623.
Okay. Yeah,
all right.
That's right.
We'll be we'll definitely be pumping that. Yeah, we'll definitely be pumping that information out there. We do have an announcement. My schedule on the plantation has changed. So the Self-Love Show is going to be changing dates. We'll let you guys know when next week's show will be, as myself and the co-hosts work out the minutia, the devil's in the details. And as he said, like, share, subscribe. Please type in the chat if where you cats are from. If we have anyone who studies this science, we want to hear from you. More importantly, we're lessons, not lectures. So we'd love to hear from individuals as well who may be practicing the same and things of that nature. So enough of my yapping. Let me turn it over to this brother so he can handle his business.
Welcome to the Self-Love Show, where today we are breaking down what is the alkaline diet. We're featuring a good friend of mine, Naturopath Gamal Hakim, and it's going to be a great situation. As always, we have a very important video that I mentioned, the More Growth and Development platform, which we are building the Self-Love Nation off of. But before that, we have the Self-Love Show quote of the day. A society that keeps cures a secret so they can continue to sell medication for huge profits is not a real society, but a huge mental asylum. Once again, a society that keeps cures a secret so they can continue to sell medication for huge profits is not a real society, but a huge mental asylum. It's Dr. Sebi. And you know what's going on. Check this out. Silverback More Growth and Development Platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influences. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
We're closing the gap. Closing the gap.
And the last one is protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
Absolutely. Protect yourself and all those around you. Charity starts at the tip. Remember that. In case you missed it, last week we covered the 27 Club. What is the 27 Club? Unpacked. Yeah, pretty interesting, huh, Sal?
Very. A lot of information I didn't know. Happens every show.
Likewise, we need to start something about the 26 Club because it seems like a lot of them are leaving now at 26.
And 21, according to the research found out on the show.
2-1, Holmes. 2-1, Vato. I've been out here in LA too long. 2-1, Holmes. All right. Yeah, so y'all check that out. Great content. Please like, share, subscribe. Y'all know tonight's topic, what is the alkaline diet? Unpacked. We have our naturopath, Gamal Hakim in the building. Definitely an honored guest and has a lot of information to unpack. We'll get there. Self-love. Did you see para murder? The video on para murder?
Not sure. You know, most of the time I'm unplugged.
Yeah. Well, big ups to Inside Edition and our crack production staff and Uncle Nearest finest, 1884, small batch whiskey. We're not being paid for this ad. All right.
2 emergency service workers are charged with first-degree murder after a man died following transport to a hospital. The Sangamon County State's Attorney's Office in Illinois says Peter Cadigan and Peggy Finley responded to the home of Earl Moore Jr. on December 18th at the request of Springfield police.
There we go. After review of investigative materials, I've classified Mr. Moore's death as a homicide.
Stand up. Use your legs.
Police say when they arrived, they were told Moore was suffering from alcohol withdrawal symptoms. Body cam video shows first responders inside his bedroom trying to get him to his feet, but he seems unable to walk on his own. One of the paramedics is in the room, but police say she offered no assistance to the patient.
My goodness.
And the officers took turns carrying him out of the house.
Keep going, keep going.
Once outside, the patient needed help getting onto the stretcher. After police helped get him on the stretcher, the other paramedic adjusted his position. Then both paramedics secured Moore to the stretcher and took him to the ambulance. He later died at the hospital.
Dr. Denton has listed the cause of death. as compressional and positional asphyxia.
I can't breathe.
I mean,
Face-down
what-
restraint on a paramedic transportation cot.
I mean, what-
stretcher by tightened straps across the back.
Bail was set for Cadigan and Finley at $1 million. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara Montalbano.
All right, you seem like you want to jump right on this.
I'm
Go
flabbergasted.
ahead there, fella. Jump on it.
I'm flabbergasted. I cannot believe what I just witnessed. I mean, they slammed him down face first on the mat and then strapped him down on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, make it make sense.
That's murder.
Paramurder, huh? Paramedics, paramurder.
That's ridiculous. They were upset they had to go there.
Well, we've said on this show, it's a lot of reasons why people in our community don't trust any of them, whether it's the fire department, the paramedics, things of that nature. I will say, most of them are, doing their job and following their oath. But in this case, this guy, I mean, he may have been kicking the habit, alcohol. I mean, it's got a medical situation. They didn't bring the stretcher into his room. They drug him out there like a rag doll.
Right.
And put him face down on a utensil, strapped him so tight that the guy suffocated, can't breathe.
But the
I think this is a ritual. Go
The
ahead.
police put him on there, and he wasn't face flat. The paramedic put him face.
Hey, I'm not knocking 12. I'm not knocking 12 in this case, at all. I mean, but all this, I can't breathe and choking him out. This is some sort of ritual.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, and it's gotta be some PSTD involved with seeing these time after time after time after time. It just don't make sense.
Time after time. When you can't breathe and can't even be a black man. Time after time. All right, so I agree with you 100%. I look at it quite okay. Well, let's just go ahead and analyze it. Tyranny. Yeah, they charged those paramedics right away. Now I bet you if 12 did it, they'd have to look at the tape and complete the investigation.
I mean, that's all you had to do was look at that little piece of tape that we saw and know that they were, the police dragging him out and the paramedic, I don't know what she was doing, but getting out the way, wasn't trying to help at all. Didn't look interested in, well, I don't know what happened before or after the edit, but didn't look interested in participating in getting him safely where he was going.
Yeah, and rest in peace, rest in power to that ancestor, and condolences to his family. Chat, we want to hear from you. I mean, is that tyranny? I don't know if these guys work for the government or what, but Self Love and I, we both agree that what we saw was bogus and tyrannical. So you guys like, share, subscribe, and let's get them in the building. Tonight's topic, what is the alkaline diet? Unpacked with Naturopath, Gamal, Hakim. All right, Self, to our What If They Were Black segment. This one, big ups to Inside Edition. This is called Free the Pink Man. Free the Pink Man, ladies and gentlemen.
Owners of this store in England let an attempted robber go free. Surveillance video caught what looked like a customer browsing through the Phone Market, a cell phone store in West Yorkshire, UK. After getting two phones in his hand to compare, the hooded man makes a run for the door, only to find out that it's locked from the inside. The would-be thief brings the phones back to the counter and makes his excuses. The two men behind the counter remain calm. But they didn't. The shop owner, Afzal Adam, not only let the suspect go, he posted the video to Twitter asking the almost robber to come back. He wrote, "The times are difficult for many of us at the moment, so if you are struggling to put food on the table, please come visit us in the store to see how we can help." Adam credits his Muslim faith with teaching him to be merciful and forgiving. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm TC Newman.
All right. First off, do you believe the cockamamie story that some guys outside forced him to do it?
Oh, of course not. This is cockamamie.
Hey, that was hilarious. You see, he tried to run out and then he pulled himself together.
Did you realize that you had to
Came
get
back
buzzed
and
in? I mean, I'm just saying. Did you realize you had to be buzzed in? I mean, maybe I'm just confused. He thought he was gonna be able to get out without getting buzzed.
Maybe so. He was probably buzzed when he came in there. But that being said, you think if that was some sort of melanated, some sort of colored out there,
Man.
you think 12 would have got involved?
Oh yeah, 12 would have been right on the line, bro.
Even after the fact, 12 would have had to conduct an investigation and get that savage off the street.
Yeah.
So-called savage.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got off to a late start, so enough. Well, no, we got we got some more things to do here real quick. We got to get to our dome teaser. We don't want to forget that. You guys, tonight's topic is, what is the alkaline diet? Unpacked with Naturopath Gamal. Stick around. This is what you're interested in. It's my understanding that I don't know, can we say follower of can we say follower Dr. Sebi, or we'll have him unpack that?
Yeah, I think he should unpack that, but I think so. But just in case.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Lessons, not lectures. All right, big ups to Ace checking in the building. Chi-Town, stand the F up. Stand up, Chi-Town. Stand up.
Yes,
All
y'all.
right. So tonight's dome teaser or riddle. Okay. Here we go, self-love, and to the chat. Rachel goes to the supermarket and buys 10 tomatoes. Unfortunately, on the way back to the crib, all but 9 get ruined. How many tomatoes are left in good condition? One more again. Self-love has an immediate thumbs up. Looks like he's trying to come back from that lackluster performance last week where he couldn't come up with the key to the riddle. Once again, I'll read it again for the chat. Rachel goes to the supermarket and buys 10 tomatoes. Unfortunately, on the way back home, all but 9 get ruined. How many tomatoes are left in good condition? I can confirm with you guys that Self-Love has typed in his, I don't want to say guess, but he typed in his key to the riddle. So we're looking for the chat. If you think you know it and you're smart, you can process information without using Google, go ahead and type the response in. Otherwise, you'll have to wait to the end of the show for myself or Self-Love to go ahead and give you the key to that dome teaser. All righty. Enough of the appetizers out there. Self-Love out there.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
All right. We're about to get it in. Big ups to production. You say we might be able to get who?
Gamal, Alkaline.
Oh, you said Black Health. Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about the alkaline diet. There's a new diet trend getting the endorsement from celebrities like Kelly Ripa to Victoria Beckham. It's called the Alkaline diet. Proponents of the diet claim that you can alter your body's acidity levels by eating specific food.
Yeah, I'd love to come back with some black health.
Dr. Sebi was born Alfredo Bowman in a village in Spanish Honduras. He never had any formal schooling. He was self-educated. After coming to the United States, he was diagnosed with asthma, diabetes, impotency, and obesity. After unsuccessful treatments with conventional doctors and traditional Western medicine, Sebi was led to an herbalist in Mexico.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I'll try to get him on that.
So he told me that I could not eat meat any longer, no lamb. I could not drink any milk. And I abstained from all these things, and here I am now at 82. I'm happier than I've ever been in my life.
Talk to him about it. Okay. At the very least.
So, are you big into the whole eating habits of Dr. Sebi, or is it just kind of like when you cleanse when you need to?
Well, nah, I just studied him.
Right.
Once I got hip to what he was famous for doing, and I just listened to him talk and
please,
read his
Brian.
books and his papers, and I became.
Got one who can see.
All right. So you guys next week. So y'all know our purpose of the show. This show is designed to tell our unfiltered history straight from the black man and black woman's mouth.
Do you still have them?
And we're going to obtain our honored guest, the Naturopath's thoughts on our More Growth and Development program. Also, we're covering what is the alkaline diet, Unpacked. We're going to get into the origin, philosophy, more importantly, the purpose. Is this type of healthcare real, or is it a placebo? You gotta go to the doctor. The doctor gonna give you some pharmaceuticals. You gotta go to the doctor. So that's basically. And Dr. Sebi, is it Sebi or Sebi? Potato.
Yeah, I'd say Sebi.
All right, Dr. Sebi. Doctor or Dr. Khan. So that's what we got. Production, let's go ahead and get our honored guest in the building. And this is Mr. Gamal Hakim. Handle your business, self-love.
Welcome, my brother.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Excellent, man. Welcome to the Self-Love Show, man. So happy you're here. I know this will be an expansive conversation, and it's going to expand the Self-Love Nation.
Indeed.
Yeah, I want to ditto that. Gamal, I appreciate you doing this, brother. Unfortunately, our platform right now, we don't have the expenditures to, cash people out. So, all the brothers and sisters who come on this show, they do it right now, just merely to give back to our community. Also, to join the Give Back gang. So, basically, thank you so much, for taking your time out. I know time is money. This platform is all about, building a nation. So we appreciate you doing this, brother.
Man, no problem, man. Pleasure's definitely mine. I love speaking about health and passing that message to our people.
Yes, sir. And before we jump this off, is there anything you want to say, like anything you might be promoting or, anything like that? Or can we just jump right into it?
People can definitely check me out on IG, Instagram, at Alkaline Gamal Hakim, Gamal Hakim. Also Alkaline Tunes. That's TUNES on Instagram, and My Leafy Drinks on Instagram as well. MYLEAFYDRINKS. That's on Instagram. And I'll leave a QR code or something for people to visit my website.
Yeah, absolutely. If we can, if you can maybe text that to Self Love, the QR code, and Self, if you can post his IG link into the chat, that'd be great as well. So they can, we can download this information that this brother is presenting. So, yeah.
Yeah. I just you wanted me to send it to the text, the group text, or through the chat on Zoom.
You can do it through the group text for that one.
Indeed. Yeah. I'm doing it right now.
All right, and while you're doing that, big ups to Shamidi Beats. Says, peace, family. Appreciate your support. And you guys, this is an interactive chat. So if you got any questions or comments, do leave it into the chat and we will address those questions. We always ask that you do it respectfully. Also, the phone lines are open. So if you're not comfortable, chiming in on YouTube's platform, you can always text or call 424-900-6945. That number's what?
Troll free. Absolutely.
Again.
Troll free.
Again, 424-900-6945. That number is pinned in the chat. And that number's what?
Absolutely, positively troll free. Trolls get holes around here.
Trolls get holes around here. So, yeah, and that number is a secure number. So we won't be sharing any information, online. So we definitely want you guys to participate because we can't always think of everything that you guys may have, any questions you may have, questions, concerns. We definitely hope that you guys can participate as well. So let's see here.
What's up, Nick? What's up?
All right, Gamal. So we're gonna go ahead and have at it. So our first segment is kind of like just giving a background, because basically what we do is, we want to just talk to everyday Black people and or melanated people and talk about chronologue, our history, because his story changes over time. We feel like, maybe your kids, can see this video, 100, 200 years from now and, get the messaging directly from you. So if you can, when and where were you born? And when we go off camera, you're just getting a close up. We're still here. When and where were you born?
I was born in Chicago in the late 70s.
Okay. South side, west side, north side?
Yep. Yeah, at the county. I was born at the county free.
All right. And then so when you came up, what part of town were you
on? South side, 64th and Bishop.
All right, south side boogie. That's Inglewood area, right?
Yeah, that's Inglewood. I went to Ralph J. Bunch Elementary School. And then went to Bogan, William J. Bogan High School.
Yeah. All right. Describe. Can you kind of describe in the late 70s what your community was like at that time?
Late 70s, man. I was just born. I was, I was born in '78, so.
So we say, let's just say, when you were coming up until around you were 9. What was the community like?
Oh wow, it was much different. I was raised by my at the early years of my life. I spent majority of my life with my aunt and my grandma. So it was wholesome. Grandma house, taking out the garbage, garden on the side, drying the sheets and the clothes on the rope from the house to the tree by the that stretch at least a yard's length.
Oh yeah, the clothesline. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the clothesline.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure, man. The basement. My granddad was a butcher. He was chopping up meat and showing us where you get bacon from on the pig. They had coons. They had coons. There's blood everywhere. You know, in the basement when he chopping up those the animals. You know, and they used to cook coon and try to get us to eat it like chicken. I didn't never eat no coon. It had a different type of smell to it. I just kind of, they had possum, everything. So, it was jumping from roof to roof, spray painting, going to the, grab the spray paint so you can tag. It was a kickball on the corner. It was strikeout. It was, basketball at Ogden Park. It was it. It was House-O-Matic. It was U5U. It was real. Then you also had Homie the Clown in the neighborhood. He was a pedophile. He was snatching kids.
Yeah, I heard about him, man.
Yeah, it was Homie the Clown in the neighborhood. Homie the Clown was in Inglewood a lot. And then you had the era where they was taking Jordans. I never got mine took, but yeah, they was taking Jordans then. You had Michael Jackson. You had the beaded jacket, the Billie Jean jacket. With the penny loafers. I ain't had the penny loafers. I took the pennies out and put dimes in it.
Yeah, we used to have quarters in there too.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
This is what I remember when I was growing up. And my grandma was a farmer. Her family was farming. And Aboriginal to Mississippi on both sides of my family. The Aborigine to Mississippi, Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw. And I just recently dig deeper to find, more of that out and into traveling into my Aboriginal status and, repatriated.
Well, Gamal, was your grandmother, was she like your complexion or darker, or did she look like, some of these more pale-faced Indians that we see on the reservations today?
Well, she's about your complexion, tall woman. Mother died at, I believe, 105.
Wow.
Yeah, but she's tall, gotta be about 5'10" or something like that. Yeah, but she's a tall woman. Yeah.
So she wasn't a pale face.
Oh no, she wasn't a pale face. that was my mother. It's come from my mother's dad and my grandmother on my father's side.
Okay, and then I know Self Love's got a question, but before he asks, where were you guys? Where was your granddad? Where was he sourcing the coons and the raccoons and the possums from? Like, was he snatching them off the street or what, bro?
Now they go hunting. They go hunting. He was a butcher. So, he had the shotgun in the crib. He had the buckshots, he had the slugs, he was a hunter, big guy, big hands, as well. So yeah, he was just hunting in the forest, hunting when they go hunting.
All right, I'm gonna toss it to you, Self Love.
Yeah, I'm having a problem getting that image into the chat. That's what I was.
Oh, don't worry. I'll
pin it later. Yeah, but I'm behind because I was.
All right. Well, let me keep it moving. Can you provide the Self Love Nation with any colloquialisms, meaning sayings or quotes that either you live by that may have been provided by elders, ancestors, or even homie the creep? Any words of wisdom that they might have been laying on y'all while y'all was growing up that you'd like to share with the nation, bro?
Growing up, I was just I was grounded in a lot of spirituality on both sides of my family. And my family is from the South. So, I got to experience that hospitable side of humanity down there in the South, man. And I would just say, you got to be respectful and never give up on yourself and just believe in what you want to do and be respectful with it. It's just all about respect and family and love. That's what I experienced when I was growing up.
Yeah, that's well said. Because this is good for a historical point of view. So I mean, I know there would have been street activity, gang activity, but it sounds like you had a solid foundation, solid family, and everything kept you grounded. But like were guys running around with bags of money and doing stuff like this back then?
Well, hey, but don't get it wrong. I'm right there on 64th and Bishop, and
Yes,
I got
sir.
my family. I got 3 different sides of my family that's tapped in, like
Yeah, you
for
right
real,
off
for
the
real.
tray. Right off the tray.
For real. But not just in Inglewood, but just my family period just spanning around Chicago. But yeah, it's definitely you definitely had some street tribes in Inglewood
Yes, sir.
growing up, but I was just blessed to have that grandma, man,
Yes.
grandma, my auntie, man, I love my auntie for what she helped me out with as far as growing up
Big
to be
ups.
a young man. But my grandma, man, she took care of everybody kids, man. She took care of everybody kids. I went to school every day from her house. You know what I mean? So, it was my grandma, man. My grandma is a wonderful woman. She had like 9 kids or something, man. But yeah.
Okay.
No doubt,
All right.
no doubt.
I'm gonna throw it to Self Love.
Yeah, I got that Cherokee and Choctaw blood myself from down Mississippi. Yeah. All right. Who do you credit for helping you to rise above environmental stressors as a child?
I talk to my mom a lot. I talk to my mom a lot about stuff. You know, me and my mom talk about stuff, man. And she gives me a woman point of view, and she's non-biased. You know, she's very non-biased, and she tell me to keep in prayer. You know, keep in meditation and believe in what I do. You know, so I talk to my mom a lot. You know, about some things as well, man. Real deep things and personal issues in my life, you know. But I also talked to shout out to Elder Freddie Green, the Christian Machine. You know, I talked to the brother, man. He helped me on my tribal path, man. And he's my astrology mentor as well. And he's a psychologist, and I often sit and talk to him. And he tell me how to, you know, not say what I feel, but say what I mean, and be an observer to things, and you know, just, you know, control and manage my emotions better. Because, you know, I begin to as I'm learning more, I begin to see how it's just that people haven't made it to a certain part in their life consciously and in wisdom to respond to certain adversities in their life, or within certain conversations. And it's not their fault. It's just it's just where they at in the learning process of their life. So we got to be gentle with folks. So I'm learning that's the type of stuff I'm learning to be.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's you know, wisdom. Some of it comes with wisdom, but sounds like, you know, you were giving some sound advice. I mean, many of us, we had a guest had gotten arrested at 16 and did over 20 years in the joint.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how the OGs were telling him, you know, once he got, you know, behind the wall. No, he said his uncle was actually telling him before he got behind the wall that, you know, it's decisions we make in 15 seconds, you know, that could affect the next 15 years of our life. So I kind of thought about that when you mentioned, you know, how many of us haven't learned how to, you know, control our emotions. It's not that, you know, we're dumb. It's just that we haven't had that. Like, you know, when I was coming up, I had martial arts. So some of the guys start, you know, teaching me about chi and things of that nature. And then me and Tori got to the yard, U of I, and, you know, we went through a pledge process. And, you know, you're going through that. You better learn how to control your emotions, you know. So you're very right. You know, how sometimes just, you know, taking the high road as opposed to just making a knee-jerk decision that can change your life and your family's life and whoever you're dealing with's life, you know, forever and ever and ever. So
yeah.
I don't know if you had anything on that, Self.
Yeah, facts. We have to be masters of ourselves, and in times of trauma and high emotion, you need to be able to see clear. And a few seconds can change your whole life.
Yeah, and you know, and I like to say this too, to add to the question you asked me. And I like to give credit to my dad too, man, for
big ups.
You know, for taking me to the South, man, to see my grandparents, my great grandparents, man.
Yes.
And I was able to be in that element, man, and it's life changing, man. It's
Where was that?
What part of Mississippi?
Carthage, Mississippi.
Okay. Yeah.
See how we talk about Carthage, Self? They have these names, and it makes you wonder where everything really started at.
Yeah, because it's on both sides. They do that. They name everything. Is that North Mississippi or?
That's right there in the center by Pearl River.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
My people was in like Marks and Clarksdale, between Batesville and Clarksdale. Small town Marks.
Yeah, my
Yes,
people
sir.
came from the cricket letter too.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the thing about that is the Mississippian tribes, all that was mound building.
Yes. All over the country.
Yeah, all over the country, from Florida all the way to
Washington.
California.
Washington State.
Yeah,
At the
all
top.
the way up. Yeah, correct. And we have to realize that we have been, and I'm gonna share this with you too. It's an important thing that just happened, just real briefly. In 2018, I believe that, if I'm quoting it correctly, it's called the Thomasina-Jordan Act. The Thomasina-Jordan Act was signed by your boy Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He signed the Thomasina-Jordan Act. Do you know what the Thomasina-Jordan Act says? It says this: that everyone that had a great grandparent that was named Negro or color in their census or in their birth certificate were Aboriginal to America.
Okay, so I know what I need to do.
Wow. Big ups to Donald Trump. I don't roll with either of them unless they roll with me. You understand?
Hey, I don't, I don't mess with, Trump, like that, with all the stuff he involved in doing, and, all of the annex. But this act that he did, I believe, was done on a counter move, and he passed some power to us, my brother.
Well, Gamal, if I was starving in the desert for water and Donald Trump or Adolf Hitler, can we say Adolf Hitler on YouTube? If Hitler offered me some water, I'd take it. So I hear you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I hear you. Yes,
but appreciate that bit of information.
Yeah, that was enlightening. We got to do some research on that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So you mentioned some things, bro. When we come back, we're gonna get into like mentorship, because that's gonna help our young people learn how to control their emotions and things like that in the second half of the show. But so we're gonna take like a 6-minute break, give you a chance to stretch your legs, and then we're gonna come back and close it out, bro.
For sure, brother.
All right.
Yes, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Yes, y'all. Y'all know what it is. It's halftime. Huh?
Is it playing?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Self-love show. What's the Alkaline diet? Unpacked, featuring Naturopath, Gamal, Hakim. Went over early life. Y'all know how we do. Gonna expand the conversation. Take it to a whole nother level. You already know. Got some great videos for you to check out. So we'll be right on back.
Stretch your legs.
It's halftime.
What are you looking at, slave?
Silence is violence, and evil's greatest ally. Those who turn a blind eye act like they don't know why. Say the police would not use such behavior. If you white, you right and have favor. But if you black, your body's piled high. Sight unseen, right in front of your face on the video screen, know what I mean? Popo lie. Fear for their life from an unarmed man. I guess he felt melanin was his weapon. They killed.
Nigga, get your hand out my pocket.
Get no charges and go free. So we need to be on our P's and Q's. Don't play no fool. The rules ain't fair. Life ain't no crystal stair. So we best prepare. Our little people, if you see something, say something.
12.
Show the world we do care. So beware. Silence is violence. Get you a trip to the devil's lair.
Self-love, you done did it again, Luke. You a genius.
Yo, this one goes out to all those black queens, earths, bedrock, cornerstone, planet Earth, all of our portals, to the original Eve, to my mama dude and my ancestors, my lovely wife, Tasia, my big sister, Wendy, Genesis. We feel y'all. We're not your enemies. Y'all ain't ours. We know who is. Step by step, we're gonna get there together. It's gonna take some time for you to ponder this. Why I wondered many times, should I slip my wrist? Why I did some crimes I'd like to recompense. Why I did some dimes I wish I could circumvent. Smoked so many dimes, sometimes couldn't make rent. Big ups, half block RNA establishment. Why my old man went ghost although he had a mint. Why Tory Wordsmith say some things just wasn't meant. I guess Gene sometimes 9 just had to vent. Evil things even Stephen King's get bent. One blunt's too much, 1 million ain't heaven sent. Take one at a time after you repent. Then watch your light shine on your accomplishments. It might take some time, I might admit. It's gonna take some time, I might admit. Yeah. Southside representative. That'll do it. It ain't perfect, but what is? You're fortunate enough to have an earth in your life. Wrap your arms around it. Yeah. Half block.
I'll go, I'ma give it all and I won't slow. Yeah. I'ma show the world what they don't know. Sure. I'ma be the one. I'ma be the one when I'm done. Higher. If I made it this far, I'll go higher. If I made it this far. If I made it this far,
Welcome back. The Self-Love Show, where tonight we're unpacking what is the alkaline diet with my homie Gamal Hakim. Talked about his early life. Now we're gonna get into the meat of what's going on. Y'all know how it go down on the Self-Love Show.
Don't leave that shit bottled in, share with your girl or your man. Together y'all supply. Yes, sir. Big ups Trife Mac from Chi-Town's Inglewood. Argyle Gardens. Argyle Gardens. Yes, sir. This is Anywhere by Trife Mac. Y'all can pull it up on YouTube. Self-Love has dropped the link in the chat. I thought I pinned it. Yeah. It's to Gamal's Instagram page. When you click on it, you're going to have to request permission. And then he'll let you in. Anywhere. But I ain't above that. Helping you, I love that. And I show you that I'm gracious, even give the love back. Help you when I can't help. Hopefully this jam spell. If you don't eat, I don't eat. I'll tell you. Yes, sir. We moving through this life together. All right, sir. Welcome back, man. That was great information. I appreciate you sharing that with the Self-Love Nation. You know, if we could save one life, we could save, a billion. So we appreciate you. So now we're going to jump into this next segment. We're just going to skim through some of the more growth and development programs. These questions are tailored towards that. So you guys, and then once we do that, we're going to unpack the alkaline diet, which is why I'm sure most of you are here. But what we're doing here is necessary because all over the internet, they show us raccooning and possuming. And so, we like to create our own image, which is the image of God. So, the original man. All right. So, welcome back to the second half of the Self-Love Show. All right, Gamal, we're going to jump back into it. What's, in your words, in your mind, sir, what's the greatest challenge facing the B1 or the descendants of slavery, the black community today?
Say that one more time.
Absolutely. What's the greatest challenge facing black people today?
I thought you said, okay. Well, the greatest challenge facing so-called black people today is conquering their self, their mind, to get control of their will and just their thoughts, and because it all drives you in your mind, and it is if we get control of our mind, we can work better together. We can heal the traumas we've been, dealing with spiritually and just, generationally. It'll just help us. It'll help us better ourselves as a people and personally as well.
Okay, and that's interesting. Heaven and hell is definitely found between your ears. What type of solutions have you ever given any thought to how we can improve the mind? And that could be as an individual, melanated, so-called black person, or as a community. Go ahead, bro.
Well, I tell you this, it's an attack on the mind chemically. through what you consume, and it alters the frontal lobe of your brain functionality, and it messes with your emotions. Food affects your mood. By the environment of toxicity. So certain chemicals give you certain emotional responses, whether angry, frustrated, agitated, depressed, things of this nature. So yeah, you change your diet, and make sure it's certain herbs out there that'll help you with your mood and just proper brain functionality as well. You have things like Damiana. Damiana is great, and it's great for men as well. You have also blue vervain, Tila, Santa Maria. Those are herbs that is good for the nervous system, respiratory system. Also, sea moss helps. Sea moss, Sandra's crispus, and purple moss as well. It helps a lot. And
so
yoga.
you wouldn't recommend eating Funyuns, big bag with Funyuns mixed with some Flamos.
Oh no. Hey, the flaming hot stuff, the Flamos definitely possibly got nanotechnology in it, if not the onion rings as well. And I believe that they've been using it for quite some years on us. And we've been dealing with these metals in our body.
Yeah. Man, that's an interesting approach. I guess I'm not surprised. It's great hearing that perspective. I've heard, you are what you eat, things of that nature. I know the small hats, but the so-called, the ish people, but we can just talk about the true Hebrews, kosher. Now, I'm not, saying eat meat or don't eat meat, but they say that the kosher way that they butcher and produce their meat is along those lines of what you're talking about, because how the animal lives and the type of fear it can give off, before being slaughtered, can get into the meat. And then now, I mean, you're probably a vegetarian. We'll get there, but I'm saying it can get into it. And then they believe that can affect your personality and your spirit as well.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, because it carries an energy. It carries a certain emotional vibration within the hormones, which ultimately affects the DNA, good or bad. So that's one of the reasons why food can affect your mood. And I want you to understand that majority, if not all, and this is my opinion, melanated, carbon-based people have the vascular system of a plant. They are light beings. They associate with the sun. So being that they associate with the sun, that means that they need the sun just like the plant need the sun. So having that same vascular system, you have to have something that coincide with that molecularly. And it has to simulate properly. So plant with plant, electricity with electricity. Iron for iron, calcium for calcium.
That's definitely interesting. I know plants go through they derive their energy, as you said, directly from the sun through a process called photosynthesis. And so essentially, I see that. I think our melanin is absorbing the
It's
vitamin D or what
activating your
have you.
pineal gland to secrete.
Yes.
It's activating your pineal gland to secrete carbon in your skin because that's carbon. That ain't melanin. That's carbon. It's just it's different degrees of carbon. You got your complexion carbon, a darker complexion of carbon is all carbon. That gets secreted from your pineal gland. When people having vitiligo and you see their skin losing the melanin, it's calcification of the pineal gland. Yeah. Yeah. So, just monitoring the diet, it'll help you all around the board, and learning about your pH balance, pH potential hydrogen, how much hydrogen ions is inside of your body, aka in so many words, oxygen. How hydrated are you? Because deprivation of oxygen in certain areas is what declares the disease. And you want to make sure that you're very hydrated and oxygenated within your bloodstream. Why? Because oxygen provides the environment for the cells, the hormonal cells, to function. Say, for instance, if I have clean plasma and my red blood cells are healthy, providing oxygen, then the iodine in my thyroid secreted from my brain to make my thyroid function properly will act normal. But if the pH balance is different in the plasma over a certain period of time, you could deprive 35% of the oxygen over 72 hours, and you start to get a cancerous cell. So over the period of 3 days, if one was to feed itself high vibrational foods that are carbon based, more electrical, less acidic based, then it can change, the pH balance of acid and, help a healthy environment or healthy brain function.
What are some examples of that food? Like which foods would do that?
That would do what? Enhance it.
Yes.
You have deep rooted. Oh, okay. We'll start with herbs first. So you have deep rooted herbs, first generation herbs that haven't been hybridized. Things like dandelion root. Their roots go deep. Then they don't just break past the surface, or are made on the surface level, like potatoes and broccoli and things like that. Burdock root, sarsaparilla. You even have dandelion greens. These things like this are high vibrational electrical nutrition for the cells. There's food for the cells because you are mineral based. You know, so wherever you depleted in these minerals is where you have the problem at. So you want to feed yourself things that's technically high iron based, because iron is the main ball player. Iron is a mineral that carries every other mineral in its proportionate balance. It's magnetic. So if I give you iron, I'm giving you zinc for your prostate, chromium for your pancreas, copper for your lungs and your kidney, so on and so forth. So it's iron that gives you the fire. It's iron that is send your body in the overdrive and fight disease. And also,
so I could just pop iron pills.
No, you can't pop iron pills because you gotta have it in plant form. Because remember, you have the vascular system of a plant. You're a sun child. You from the ancient ones. Like you assimilate with the sun. You know, everything the sun touch, it brings life. Everything it touch, it that it corroded, it takes away their life. So you have to have plant-based iron fluorine. That's iron from a plant, iron from a flower, and from a phosphate beginning. So say for instance, iron phosphate is in the rock form. When you have water, sun, air, all the elements in process, it gets converted, which is called iontrophoresis, it from solid to liquid inside of the plant's vascular system, so you can consume it safely and it assimilate the atoms assimilate properly.
Real quick, Dr. Rue is in the building. Big up Sharuka, Israel. Sharuka said, I need all those herbs. Well, click on that link that's pinned to the chat, and I'm sure that this brother Gamal can get you set up with those herbs. And I know Self Love had a question for you as well, brother.
Yeah, for sure. That was a bunch of information. Woo. But on a different note, what should Black men do to protect our women and children?
It's a couple things, and I would say establish a trust, preferably a tribal trust. Put all your assets in it, secure a will, establish some life insurance, and create a business, family-based business, and start to teach the kids economics, homeschool them, build businesses with your companion, invest in land. If you can't get no land, invest in property, go for land first. Secure some assets in the form of gold and silver, physically. And if you can invest in some crypto and digital currency, do that, but do it smartly. Don't go out on the ledge and go and, do some self-defensive classes, with your children and your family, and, go to the gun range, learn how to shoot a weapon, but be responsible with it in dangerous situations. And be emotionally there for your loved ones, so they can know that they can depend on you at any moment and come to you at any moment, because every moment counts. Because nowadays this world's changed a little bit and it's a little bit more violent, but we can create our happiness, but it is have to start within ourselves and within our immediate family.
Brother, self-love, I'm sure you can attest to this. You that was brilliant, man. Like you,
absolutely.
Yeah, you literally touched on almost. So we ask this question to every guest, and they may give one or two things. You pretty much summarize everything that everyone that's been on this show has said. And the one thing I didn't hear, which is not, a knock on you. We don't debate because, we get sick of fruitless conversations where you have an opinion and I have an opinion. And but one thing I may add to that from what we've heard on the show is we have to love ourselves, Black men. We have to protect ourselves and have our mind and body and spirit right, to protect our little ones and, of course, the women. But, bro,
Yes.
that was
Yes,
off the
sir.
chain.
Yes, that was amazing.
Yes, sir. And if you can love someone else's, the universe will give you your own to love in return. And it's just because you have such care for others, you create that energy and manifest that in your life. And a peaceful mind will allow you to create, make real conscious decisions on the things that you should do and say in life. And I do agree that our brothers do need a peaceful mind, and we need to be loved and appreciated, even through wrong times or hard times. We went through a lot of hard times these past few years with this pandemic, and plandemic, in the way that they have caused so much pressure in the economy and economically, and they took us away from the love and engaging with our families.
Facts.
And hitting us from all those angles stirred up a lot of friction between the relationships of our families and our friends. And a lot has changed from that, but I believe that showing love will set the stage for overcoming that type of trauma, and it'll allow us to keep the peace that we need as men. Having that gentle hand, so to speak, towards certain things and people and energy. Period.
Man. Amen, brother. Amen. Self-love and I, we moved through some, quote unquote shady areas, you know how the 90s was. And I used to tell self-love and the guys, and even guys when I moved to LA, like, knock on wood, the way I move is to, vibrate and project love. Somebody puts a gun in your head and says, give me everything. hey brother, I love you. You can have the shirt off my back. This is yours. Hey, good luck, man. You know, it's dangerous out here. You know, same thing when I get a crazy cop, you know, a pig on me, you know, hey, because everybody's going through what they go through. They got emotional things, psychological. You don't know. He's probably got a hungry baby at home or whatever. So if they're projecting hate towards me and I give hate right back, then it's justifying. Well, then let me just go ahead and people have said, nah, man, it's people out here in this world who don't care about that. My mom, rest her soul, proved it to me. You know, when I was a little boy, you know, we were getting robbed and, you know, she just called on the blood of Jesus and it changed something in them. I'm not saying I go that route, but I'm saying I vibrate that love and, you know, glory, you know, to the creator, it comes back.
For sure. She conjured up that positive energy that Christ energy, you know, within inside of herself, because she was created in the same image. So she used the spirituality, which she's really intuitively grounded in by nature and who she are and how she was created to be. Using that positive manifestation and spirit within inside of her to make that happen and make things shift and change things. The thing is this, I tell my clients all the time, I want y'all to do this. How did you do that?
Thoughts and words.
Yeah, I thought about it, and then I sent some electrical impulses from my brain
to make your fingers move.
Correct.
So that means that you move matter with your mind. That mean that you move atoms with your mind, cells with your mind. So if so to speak, if one was to have a tumor or something, fibroids or something, they can close their eyes, go into deep meditation and make their fingers move in their womb, and they can tell it to eat the fungus up because they can wiggle their fingers. They have power, unimaginable power, electrical power.
You can tell
and it's
tumor.
Just being conscious of it and being conscious of how to use it in your best interest, you know, in such a profound state where it benefits you and into helping you reach your goals, and staying in a positive, peaceful mind, like you say, is what you need to make that happen. So, you know, so we powerful, man. We are powerful. And just that example, when I talk to my clients, I tell them that too. That example alone tells you how far we can go with this healing.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. Thoughts are definitely things. I got a question I want to throw at you here. Okay, because we're going to get into, after this question, we're going to get into more of the health. So education, spirituality, or financial literacy, which tenet do you subscribe to as the most important for the melanated community? Education, spirituality, or financial literacy? What do you think is the most important for us to master out of those three tenets?
You know, that's a good one. That's a good one. So I'll say this. We by default, we spiritual, so that's not that we need to conquer. It is education. Education will bring you financial literacy.
Okay. So education would lead to the financial
proper education,
Proper
true
education. Correct.
true education.
Yeah, true education. True education. You know, just on life and how to live life and what is required with living life. It is the key thing. Yeah. So yeah, proper education.
All right, hold on. All right, self-love's got the next question for you, bro. Unless you had something else in this segment, because we're gonna push on and get into the natural stuff now.
Sure deal.
Yeah. When and how did you get started on the naturopath?
My granddad died 2012 of mesothelioma cancer, and I did a lot of praying, and because he was a big part of the melanated part of me, and another attribute of me that I'm learning more and exploring more about. That's a part of me as well. But yeah, so when I lost him, I just prayed and went on a kind of like a vengeance on talking to the Most High and manifesting how to take care of my people, my loved ones, and people that I don't know, and my friends as well, on in a more natural way.
So you tuned into the source, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then you were
and then I was
guided
driving down 83rd Street one day, and it was this big Alkaline sign, because I had been studying and I've been seeing about Alkaline, and I seen this big old sign sticking out. And I look up at the sky. You know, we always look at the sky. You know,
We have one that can see.
right. So I look up in the sky. I said, "You gonna do this to me right now?" So I pulled over. Brother Chief Nomo, he had the alkaline water.
Yeah.
I started. He one of my mentors. I learned about some moringa in my early stages of healing through him.
Yes, sir.
Things of that nature. Until I got to Sabi. Sabi like that's a hybrid. So that's another story. But the alkaline water.
Yep.
And that's when I started, you know, more and more journey on that. And then a few months later, I noticed that Sebi was going to Atlanta, then coming to Chicago. But before that, I couldn't find out how I get to him. Before I found out he would be coming to Chicago, he was in Honduras.
Right.
And I was laid off, I think, at work. And I was like, man, how I'm gonna get there? It was something going on. I had to pay some things with my daughter and everything too. Because I was really excited about this, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm finna take a trip and go do, you know, I'm finna. So he ended up coming here. And when he came, they shift the place where he was gonna speak at like 3 different times from 3 different places and within an hour. So I'm running around the city trying to find out where he gonna be at. And then he ended up being at 46 in King Drive at Mount Pisgah, April 25th, 2015. I sat in class to see your boy. Changed my life from then. And that started my journey.
So
there you go.
He said he was sliding down 8 Tray. Yeah, I slid down 8 Tray quite frequently. 8 Tray to 7, you know. Yeah, you know, to get east and west. You know, you didn't find me on 63rd or 79th too much. You know what I mean? It's just
you know,
too much traffic.
83rd is low key, little smooth, but
Yeah.
street.
I man.
Till you get around about Cottage Grove, you know, and around them other areas, boy.
Yeah, anywhere on Cottage is gonna get a little shady, except for through Hyde Park, you know, and even that was a little touchy.
That's Well, that is right there. 51st, all the way past the hospital or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes,
well,
sir.
All right. So you just mentioned the late great and may he rest in peace, Dr. Sebi. Mainstream society, Donald Trump would say fake news, but mainstream has often been referring to the late Dr. Sebi as a quack. Why do you think that is, and what are your comments on that statement?
Well, it's a tactic, you know. It's a tactic to damage your credibility during a time of warfare. When, you know, if I have a certain agenda that that's very profitable or potentially profitable to me, I'm going to, and if I have friends in media and things of these natures, I can, or if I own media, I can kind of, you know, I need to make you look crazy. So that, I mean, because you got to understand, this brother, you know, proved he healed a lot of people in court.
Blindness,
cancer.
You know, this brother done took
blindness.
Michael Jackson's only real son. He made him sneeze a tumor out of through his nose from his brain in some minutes. You know, so like, and it blew on the door. So you got to understand, like, this is a very, very good example of good and bad, the good and evil battle, man. Like this really exists on Earth and galactically. So this is really deep rooted, and we just bear the armor of our past ancestors deep within our blood to carry out certain deeds in the righteous way for humanity and just for, you know, righteousness, period. So yeah, it's to stop, you know, potential problems, you know, for things that agendas that one will want to carry out.
Yeah, and he was a self-educated man, so he hadn't had your formal, quote, education. He didn't get all the student loans, you know, and so, yeah, they would definitely want to discredit him. I know I was an Uber driver for a while, you know, doing it for extra scratch. And one of my riders was a Turkish doctor. She was actually in her rotation, you know, doing, you know, rotation, you know, before she became on her own. And she was all into Dr. Sebi, bro. And she was saying that all through medical school and through her undergrad, you know, she would talk about natural alternatives and all of the pushback that she got. But she did say that modern medicine is somewhat coming around. So, you know, when you have these big, massive money grabbing entities Because the first healers, there was no medical school. They just stole all that information from the medicine man.
Oh man, come on! It was passed down traditionally. That's
Correct.
why that's why that's how Sebi received it. He received it traditionally from the Hispanics in Honduras, and that's what makes them angry, because this is naturally in us. We get these things passed down to us traditionally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what's up.
Yeah, and was it Carver? He was real big on where you were talking about plants and all of the healing properties.
Oh, man.
Man,
everything.
hey,
He did everything with peanuts.
And he was
bro.
spiritual. Yeah.
I was just talking about him earlier today in the sauna. The brother made plastic out the soybean.
Yeah.
That's
rubber.
tofu today as well. But they also castrated the man. They cut his testicles off, B.
Yep.
And
wow.
I heard some rumors so far as to say
he was a slave when he was
born. Ford had something to do with that. Henry Ford had something to do with getting his testicles cut off, so that they probably didn't want the brother to produce no more. That's for the state. He the reason why they got the assembly line going at the Ford Motor Company.
Ford stole all his ideas, even on how to get the engines and fuel. He was sucking up all that information and not paying them. I think we lost the brother. Go ahead, Sal.
He was a slave in a lot of ways, and they did castrate him earlier in his life, and he just dedicated himself to work. You know what I mean? That's what he put himself into. So he created so many products and processes, because he wasn't concerned about a woman at all.
I was wondering. I never heard the castration story, but I did. I was like, yeah, exactly, Self. So I didn't think maybe
Tesla was similar though.
Well, I didn't. Tesla, I was okay. All right, but I didn't think that he was necessarily. I was thinking maybe he was, had an alternative lifestyle, quote unquote. Because there was no talk about a wife or a woman or anything like that.
No, I mean, when they do that, you don't even produce the hormones for that, so it's irrelevant and not even a point of contention.
Wow.
That's why they do it to the animals, and they gain that from
to the bulls. Yeah.
So they figured it would transfer to us. But even Tesla was like that. He was like,
you talking about Elon Musk has no balls?
Hell no, not Elon. He's not Tesla. He's a rich fanboy or whatever.
When you say Tesla, many people think you're talking about Elon Musk.
I do. I know and I know you're gonna do that, so we can do this. Yeah, he's a rich fanboy. But the actual Tesla, that guy, he said involvement with a woman was.
But hold it. Were you saying he was castrated too?
I'm not saying he was castrated per se. He got self-castration, because he said involvement with a woman was time-consuming and unproductive.
But Albert Einstein was quite the ladies' man, and which, to my theory,
Tesla said that he was an idiot. That's what.
Well, I feel like he was stealing. He went and worked for the patent office.
Well, that's how it go, bro. I mean, most of these people that they hold up and everything is not to be held up, because Like Edison didn't create anything. He stole everything from his workers or slaves and sold it forward and all of that. I mean, that's just the way it is. Like they own the people, they paid them to do research, and when they found out, they owned. Period.
Correct. Yeah, my fault, fellas. I thought I had my dang on phone hooked up
Plugged
on.
in.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
It happens.
Yeah.
Hey, so the next question is on you, bro. But if you had any comments before we move on, Gamal, we were talking about Carver got castrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brother Carver got castrated. To keep him from passing and establishing and so on, and inherit his estate and being able. But they messed up right there, because I'm pretty sure that he wasn't the only child, or he had some type of cousin or something. So I'm saying that everybody that's I say you able to find out your oppressor by the language you speak, and
Facts.
and everybody that's been oppressed by someone in a violent way in their own territory need to file a lawsuit, and it need to be some compensation for the generational bondage and trauma that folks had to endure.
Reparation.
Yes.
For sure. Bro, I'm so excited. I'm loving where this is going. But this is the question of the day. What is the alkaline diet?
The alkaline diet. Well, the alkaline, when you're talking about alkaline, that means basically how much oxygen is inside of the substance, how hydrated it is, the potential hydrogen, the pH in it. So 7 is neutral. Anything less than 7 is acidic. Everything above 7 is alkaline. Spring water is neutral. Seeded watermelon is 9.0 alkaline. And also you create a slightly alkaline at 7.365. So if you have a substance that is, and mainly alkaline represents electrical carbon-based foods, for the most part. But you have a list, like Dr. Sebi created a list where it has high alkaline vibrational foods on there, and it also has very low acidic, if not no acid in some of these produce and foods. So it is a diet that is less acidic diet from the produce and things that you consume.
Yeah, and I know he was talking about no dairy, right?
Yeah. Actually, dairy creates fibroids, so that's really actually tumors. So it's no dairy. It causes snot and inflammation.
Oh, the mucus. Yeah.
The mucus. Mucus, the main cause of disease, according to Sabi.
Yeah, because the lymphatic system flows up. It flows up. It grabs lymph fluid from out of the lower extremities, kidneys, pancreas, all that, and it flows up, going, collecting everything as it goes up. And as it goes up, it goes around the shoulders and it's a joint area where you have the thoracic duct, which is a part of the lymphatic system, and the subclavian vein. So if it is a traffic jam of lymph fluid in that area, you'll find it's hard right there on the shoulders. And it can mess with your breathing, it can mess with your thinking, it can mess with your sleep, it can mess with everything.
Your relationships.
Yes, it can mess with blood flow to the brain. And you know, you'll be low on your electricity because you're electrical, and it stops the electrical current, right? The blood flow, and it's in the form of electricity within the fluid or the cells.
Have you ever studied or practiced Tai Chi? I mean, this sounds like a lot of this, not same, but a lot of these principles seem similar, bro.
Well, it's the same. It's similar because you got to think about it. A religion is also based upon the same spiritual beliefs. It's just in the form of his own way in different cultures. So yeah, I haven't studied Tai Chi, but I am a Thai yoga massage therapist, so certified massage therapist.
Yeah. That's the same. Well, it's not the same, but
it's not the same.
That's along those lines.
It's in the same family.
It's unblocking everything, and it's a means for unblockage.
Yeah.
Well, and I noticed you mentioned the sauna, and I see a lot of rich folks doing it. Self-love, I see him in the hot tub all the time, you know, on Twitter. I mean, not Twitter. Is it Twitter? Yeah.
No, not Twitter. It's
what's the other one?
TikTok.
So is there something, some value into, you know, steaming your pores or something?
That's a great question, because I talk about that every day in the sauna. I'm a tribal chief. My name is Enis Jinade Hiwajatu. That's Cherokee, Choctaw, Arawak.
What does it have meaning? Your name?
Yes, it means evil spirit killer provided moss.
Love it.
And I had the privilege of being taught by a Sioux tribe in South Dakota, from the Lakota nation. And Crow Dog, it was a Crow Dog family. His brother, I believe it was, and the rest of the tribal brothers, they taught me how to build sweat lodges. So these sweat lodges that I built are ancient inipis. And these inipis is heated by lava rocks. And you heat them and you bring them to the center of the sweat lodge in the inside, in the hole of the wound of Mother Nature. And you all come in and you sit around it, and you close up the doorway to the sweat lodge, and you pour water and you sweat. Now, the thing is this, with food, because I'm a certified chef, and also have my sanitation certificate and everything, food handling as well. So with food, if you heat up if you heat up something past 130 degrees, it kills bacteria. So with sweating, it does the same thing. It's so many other benefits that happens at the same time, though. What happens is you secrete sodium and lymph fluid from your skin, and you're boiled like herbs as well. So when you boil herbs, everything in the herbs come out.
They come out.
Into the water. So atmospherically, when you're sitting inside of the sauna or inipi and you sweat, you let off everything inside of you out. That's what you ever seen some folks when they sweat so bad where seen it look like milk.
Yeah, the calcification. Yeah.
It's the salt.
Yeah.
Sodium, like you said.
Right. So that sodium and that sodium in fluid, lymph fluid, also it comes from our lymphatic system because the skin is attached to the lymphatic system. So when you sweat,
skin is the largest organ. So we're perfectly clear.
Correct.
It's the largest organ in the body, the skin.
Right. And when you sweat, you're helping your lymphatic system out. Because you have the immune system is your lymphatic system. It's what cleaning up the body. It's the lymphocytes. It's the phagocytes. They eat fungus and
Did you say phagocytes?
Yeah, phagocytes.
I don't know if we can say phagocytes on YouTube.
Phago, I'm not sure. That's a
right
slippery slope.
A lot of phagocytes in Boys Town, I'll tell you that much.
Hey, but yeah, one of the cells inside of the lymphatic system is a phagocyte, and it engulfs fungus and defecate the bile into the bloodstream and neutralize it. So it won't be able to change the pH balance in the plasma. So and then you got the lymphocytes that helps out inside of the lymph nodes as well. So yeah, so brothers, it's just maintaining that proper pH balance.
Yeah.
From
all right. All right. So is there anything else you wanted to cover? Because we got a short segment, it only takes about 10 minutes to breeze through. We ask everybody those questions, but anything else, as far as natural healing, anything else that we didn't cover that you think needs to be mentioned? And you guys, we pinned his IG. This is Gamal Hakim. This is Gamal Hakim. And so, definitely check out his site. You might be going through some things, physically, spiritually. Your chi might be off balance. Your pH might be off. You might be eating flamos and you're sweating as you're eating them and you can't figure out why. Reach out to this.
He gonna get you together. That's for sure.
Yeah, he gonna get you right together.
He intuitive too.
I'll say this, man.
He's intuitive too. I want to say that. He's intuitive.
It's about having iron. Iron is the main thing, man.
Hey, guess what?
You wanna make sure that you have the right thing as far as iron in your body, and you want to make sure that you eat properly. That is the best thing to do. And I'll tell you this: if you took the shot y'all know what shot we're talking about. We ain't got to really say it. If you took this shot, I want you to know that moss helps it out because it got iodine in it. It also helps with radioactive nuclear activity, radioactive waves. Nuclear activity really first attacks the thyroid. So iodine inside of the sea moss will help that tremendously. And you want to keep iron in your bloodstream naturally from things like sarsaparilla, dandelion root, burdock root. It's more cocoa mecca. It's more, but those the ones that you really want to maintain because iron binds oxygen in the beta part of the hemoglobin of your red blood cell, and it helps with keeping the environment oxygenated so that the minerals in your body can function properly. And and I like to say, man, shout out to Victor Bowman, Sebi youngest son. Shout out to the Alkaline healing family over there in Nelson. Shout out to my parents, my grandparents. Shout out to my babies, man. Shout out to all my mentors that been a part of.
Shout out to Ron Prince.
Man, shout out to RP Ron Prince. He one of my mentors.
No doubt.
Is he related to Jay Prince?
That's where we met.
No.
We don't know. He ain't got no.
I doubt it.
Ron Prince is in
he definitely a legend.
Blues Hall of Fame. Yep.
Yeah, he definitely a legend. And shout out to my brother Shimpty Beats, man, out there in Tennessee, out there by Nashville. Man,
yes, sir. We need to go out there, bro. Let's plan a trip.
We can slide it. The Tennessee is I think that's a red state too. You ain't gonna have too many problems and restrictions.
We ain't gonna have no problems. I got some people.
Big ups to Shimpty Beats. Big ups.
Some people in Nashville. We had no problem.
Hey, but before you go,
hold up, my man. My man War Junkie, man. He's supplied by my hats and my shirts and stuff today, man.
That's big ups.
Yeah, my man War Junkie,
that's dope.
Man. My buddy Buzz and them, be buzzing photographer, remix, clothing line, product of Chicago clothing line. Shout out to Conscious Plates Alkaline restaurant. B Gabs, black owned vegan spot over there on 57. Shout out to Soul Veg.
Soul Veggie,
Hebrew restaurant, man.
Big ups.
Rashida Detox Cafe that was out there in Dalton. Man, the Daisy's black owned vegan restaurant, man. Man, I can keep going forever, but I would like to say I thank them for keeping healthy food in our community, man. So we can have another alternative
to Popeye's Chicken and Harold's.
Man, culture connection too.
Yes.
And Mama Camellia over there on 73rd Street.
Mama Camellia.
Yeah, Majani's right there on 71st. Bonasante in High Park. Yeah.
Wait, what was that in High Park?
Said Bonasante.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they been around,
stuff.
Got a black manager in there, it's all good. Yeah, they been around for a minute too, helping folks out. KMT over there on 75th by Soul Veg, black owned spot, really mean Kemet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you did your big ups before that, so at least we got that out of the way, and it'll be some space for it at the end. I want to go through the last 10 minutes. These are esoteric questions, brother. We can't let you out of here without asking you these. So imagine if self-love built a time machine, right? And so he's able to take you back in time, and he took you back to your ninth birthday, brother. It's your ninth birthday. You're 8 becoming 9. And your family tells you, your grandmother, your mama do. They tell you, make a wish, Gamal, make a wish and blow out the candles. And so you make the wish, and you make a wish to see yourself as you are now. So you blow out the candles, time is frozen, nobody can see you but you. And you, as you are now, are talking to your 9-year-old you. What advice would you give your 9-year-old self?
Oh man. I would tell myself to make sure I take care of myself. And I'll probably go deep, man, and start talking about investments and
Go where the spirit lead.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'll do, man. I'll probably tell my young self, start teaching my young self about holistic nutrition, about accounting, investments, tribal matters, international law, domestic, man, and how important family it is, and and how important relationships with your family is, relationships with your children, your parents, and how to be forgiving and be confident as well, and don't be intimidated in life. Make sure you be confident so that you can execute everything your heart desires.
Yes.
Yeah, forgiveness is big around here on the Self-Love Show. It takes the strongest spirit to be able to forgive. Well said, brother. Can you recommend one book for the Self-Love Nation? One book.
Oh man, that's
I know. It's tough.
Yes,
we ask the tough questions around here out there.
Hold on, I'll tell you the name of it.
All right, and while he's doing that, I want to give a shout out and a big ups to Hoodstock G. Big ups. Thanks for your support. Hoodstock G is out there in the chat, and you guys absolutely. And you guys like, share, subscribe. This video will be up into perpetuity. You can always go back and watch it if you got here late.
And if y'all didn't know, we do this so that our great-grandchildren's great-grandchildren can see their ancestor answer these questions about what was going on in our day and time. That's what we are about. We're promoting something different than the narrative, so our story can be told and not his story.
Wordsmith, can you imagine if you could sit here and watch a video of your great-great-great-grandfather talking about life?
Oh man, I would love it so much, and they would not put it out. If they had access to that information, they will not let us access it. It's just the truth. I mean, because my research has been showing that they did a mudslide. They reset everything with a old thing. They just cover everything up. People undo it, and these people act like they created it.
right.
People slide
Well,
in and act like it's, and
well said.
then these buildings, these huge buildings, they just put a new face on it and act like they created it, and it's a farce. All this
Farce.
huge, all
right.
these. I'll stop.
All right. So you got your book?
Yes, sir. I don't know. You might not be able to see it.
The background is an issue.
Yeah. So anyway, jurisdiction and status. The introduction to indigenous rights.
What was the name of that again? Yes, sir.
Jurisdiction and status. Introduction to indigenous rights.
Okay.
All right. And who's the author?
Tushkahimak of the Morpori Aryan Nation.
Hey, brother,
go ahead.
When you get a chance, shoot me just take a picture of the cover and text it to me, bro. I'm a big reader. Right now I'm reading Hebrews to Negroes. But definitely want to look into that. Oh, we lost them.
Damn.
All right, well, go ahead, Self. You were saying you were talking about the mudslides.
Yeah, they've every so often they just trash everything when all the knowledge, when they get the people to an understanding that they will not compete or do anything, they do a reset.
So you're saying once the people, the Goyim, or I can even say the Gentiles, I'm just throwing out terms, start being attuned to right knowledge, then there's going to be some sort of major reset or catastrophe to get everybody back to back to the sheep stage.
A reduction in population, and it's been in cyclical cycle throughout time.
Well, they say the occult and stuff. I need to write this down. We haven't covered voodoo. We got to cover that. They say the occult just means hidden. And so we're told that that's evil, stay away from that, and this and forth.
That's what the religion says.
Yes.
That's how we're taught that, is religion says get away from that. Don't look at it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
We're going to have to break that down, the occult and voodoo.
Voodoo is Santa Maria.
That's what it is.
It's North.
You with your Cubano roots coming out. Look at you.
African. And those are our people. Those are my people. You know what I mean? They've been, just because they got conquered by Spanish people is,
the conquistadors.
Don't mean that they're not my people. And the conquistadors was melanated.
Correct.
Yeah. Period.
Oh, were they?
Yes.
They weren't your Euros?
No.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Well,
if you read and research, you'll find out a whole lot, like swarthy and,
I ain't got time to be reading. I got work. I got bills.
I don't read. And reading is, I don't know. What read? I don't read. But if you read and you research, you can see a whole lot of people that was considered swarthy. And yeah, I'm swarthy, and, it's really these carbonated beings.
I tell you what, Self. One thing I would tell my 9-year-old self is we're waiting for our guest to return.
And I heard it.
When you get down there at the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign, right? Less time at the gymnasium, which I appreciate every second I put out there, every sweat I drop. More time in the stacks. Bro, they had so many ancient books in that library that we had access to that I had absolutely no interest in.
Well, I don't know about ancient, but very old, yes.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
old, yes. They
To
did.
give you guys an example, I came across one about business. It was from Harvard Business Review. I told you about this.
Yeah.
Right there when you open it up, it said, lie to the people, lie to your employees.
Yeah.
Yeah, is what they're teaching these business people. Just lie, lie, lie. And I'm sure anybody's out there who's ever had a job understands where I'm coming from. You know, these people are just looking us right in our face and what?
Lie.
Yeah.
All
Exactly.
day, every day. Multiple times a day.
Yeah, because I think, do they think we can't handle the truth, or do you think that they think we just wouldn't be going no more?
They think that we walk around like this and you like, we been boss didn't say, boss didn't tell us what to do, so I guess, wait a minute, boss gone, and we could, all right, we gotta work harder. Boss ain't even here. Let's work.
And I had a poli-sci class, and they were talking about shaping public opinion.
Yeah.
More lies. Right there in the books. Right there is what they're teaching the future leaders of the country.
The tyrannical bullshit that
Yes.
Rockefeller put in place, and the same.
You talking about Jigga?
No. Well, he
Dame Dash?
He's helped aid it, but no. Jigga helped aiding it now, but whatever. But no, I'm talking about the actual mother Rockefellers, that decided
John D.
That decided what happens in education and medical field education.
Oh, come on. He was a philanthropist. He gave all his money to build libraries and stuff.
No.
I'm just telling you what I was taught.
Yeah, what we were taught was his story. His story, not what actually happened. Some bitch, he got rid of all of the natural cures and everything from medicine.
Yep. So he
at
could
the
push
same
pills.
time. Yes,
so he
at the
could push
same
pills.
time.
Yep. Sure did.
At the
And
same
I
time,
suspect
the same time decided to decide what is called medical treatment, and got rid of all the natural cures, got rid of the frequency model, got rid of naturopaths a lot. He really locked a lot of those people up, made laws, lobbied laws. I'll just say that.
Well, and I don't have any evidence of it, but I believe that if I were, a gazillionaire and a philanthropist, and I wanted to build libraries, well, we all know the one with the gold makes the rules. So I would have some say, I would say at least 5% say, right, into what books are carried at these libraries and at these schools and at these boards of educations.
Yeah.
And which books are not allowed and forbidden.
But in actuality, it was proven that he was not financially in place like they said, and somebody paying that. So it even more, you can't really blame him, but I gotta blame him because he's the name involved.
All right, well, we got Gamal back in the building.
Yes,
you mentioned several restaurants where you were giving your shout outs / big ups. Can you recommend one? Because I'm a being shy. That's where I'm from. I'm being shy here real soon. And self-love, you and I, we got to sit down someplace and, maybe we'll go to Soul Veggie, but I've been there before. Can you recommend a black?
It's been remodeled. You ain't
Yeah,
been there before.
we definitely got to go there. But can you recommend? We definitely got to go. But can you recommend a black-owned restaurant? It don't have to be in the Chi, anywhere in the world, black-owned.
Man.
All right, I'll make it easier for you. I'm down to my last $100 and I need a good meal. Talk to me. Healthy meal.
Yeah. I done been on Abernathy out there in Atlanta. I done been in a few places, but ain't nothing like Chicago. So I would say you want to get it. Can I pick 2 places?
Absolutely.
All right, cool, babe. Well, if she's open when you come, B Gabs. B Gabs is a great spot.
Yes, it is.
Conscious place and Soul Veg. Daisy's good too. So I give you 4.
Okay, appreciate that. The only one of those you mentioned that I had is Soul Veggie. All right. So these are going to be yes/no questions. Is there a God?
Yes.
Have you ever seen anything supernatural?
Yes.
Have you ever seen unidentified aerial phenomenon or
Yes.
UFO?
Yes.
Have you ever seen an alien? To your knowledge.
Every day when I wake up.
All right. Did human, well, no, I don't want to say it like that. Did man, whether he was human or pink, did man walk on the moon during the Apollo program?
75% no, 25% possibility.
Fair enough. Yep. Here's our magic box question. We ask everyone this one. Dig into this one. Imagine self-love over there had a magic box. All right. It's made of acacia wood and it has a singular red button on the top of it. Beautiful, ornate box. Now, God forbid, knock on wood, that the person whom you would have extreme difficulty living in this world without had a rare and terminal, incurable illness that they were suffering pain dearly from, and death was imminent. What if self-love informed you that if you press the red button on this box, your loved one would become 100% cured, pain-free, but, here's the genie in the bottle, but a person who you do not know would then suffer the same fate and consequences as your loved one. Gamal, do you press the button? I'm sorry?
That's a hard one, man, because I'm a healer.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. You could find ways to heal it. But let's assume you did all of your work and I know you know the way out. But let's assume that for whatever reason, in this scenario, it didn't work. And they're just screaming in pain every minute. Basically saying, shoot me, kill me.
It depends on, well, nah, I ain't gonna say that. Oh man. Out of my human selfishness, I'll probably press the button.
Thank you for your honest answer. That question, bro, I started asking that in my Uber, and it's 50%. Self-love and I, we're in disagreement on how we would answer. It's no right or wrong answer, but I could tell you this, brother, 50% of the people say they'd push it, 50% of the people say they wouldn't. You know, so we ask everybody that question.
Yeah, it's a hands up with that question, man. I was 50% saying no too, dude. So
well, remember your spiritual name. You know, you're the evil defeater. So keep that in mind. But I don't want to, tease your answer. Your answer is your answer. Remember, your grandkids might be watching this, but we'll keep that in mind. All right, here we go. Here's a question we think is appropriate for everyone that's walked this planet. I'm not sure if we'll ever get to walk it again, but based upon, your path and what you know and the wisdom and understanding you've acquired, sir, what is the meaning of life? And this is our last question.
The meaning of life. Well, that's a good question, because if asking me, I would say that your soul is attached to your DNA and your spirit is all intertwined with it as well, and the effects of your flesh can cause harm on the way you live. And I believe that if you ascend in transition to another state, based upon what state you is electrically, will determine your state in your afterlife. So I believe that life is based upon how you treat yourself. And, if you treat yourself good, you can create a peaceful and harmonious environment for yourself. And that's life, that's living.
All right. And once again, there's no right or wrong answer for that. We got just a 1-minute game. It's called the Self-Love Arc. I'm going to give you a pair of items. Just say the one that resonates with you the most, brother. Say the one that you're feeling the most. You're going to get, I'm going to give you 13 pair, one at a time. You can pass up to 2 times. If you pass more than 2 times, you lose the game. But you can get a potential all the points if you don't pass. All right?
All right.
All right, here we go. We're going to get this going. We'll get the timer going here. Richard Pryor or Bernie Mac?
Richard Pryor.
MJ 23, Walter Payton 34.
MJ.
Tupac or B.I.G.?
Tupac.
College Dropout album, Illmatic.
Illmatic.
Uncle Remus or Harold's Chicken?
Harold's Chicken.
Anarchy or Tyranny?
You back up. Tyranny.
Carjacking Pookie or an oath-breaking pig?
Carjacking Pookie.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X?
Malcolm.
But I ain't packed none, so you gotta pack all.
Prince or Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
Purple Rain or Off the Wall?
Off the Wall.
Barack Obama or Harold Washington?
Harold Washington.
The Democratic Party or the Black Panther Party?
The Black Panther Party.
Last one, and this is for the bonus. United States Surgeon General or Dr. Sebi?
Dr. Sebi.
Hey, he didn't punk out and pass on none of the questions. I really appreciate and respect that, bro.
Much love. Yes, sir.
All right, man. That's it, man. You powered through the self-love experience. Any more big ups or shout outs that you want to give? Because I know I kind of cut you off.
Yeah, man, I want to send a major shout out to my mom, man. When y'all asked me about anything, what can I relate to as far as a kid when I was around 9, and I told y'all about my grandparents, my auntie, being in my life. She texted me, so she was feeling some type of way, like I didn't say nothing about her. So I like to give a major shout out to her and let her know that I love and I appreciate when I can conversate with her and get major insight on life and
we love you, Mom.
Yeah, from a woman, from a woman aspect, teaching me, things I grew up in life as well. But yeah, that's about it, man. And all my family, man. My brother Tori for getting me on the podcast. You, my brother, for interviewing me, man, and just staying grounded, man, and stay eating correct, stay sipping your herbs, man, stay sweating, doing cardio, man, tap in, we're gonna be facing some adversity these upcoming months or probably upcoming weeks, who knows, possible cyber attacks, man. Be prepared, get your solar generators or your gas generators, save some gas. Start connecting with black farmers, man, and so you can have access to produce. If you got some money, man, build you a greenhouse, man, and start
store some water.
Like right now, make you some soup, freeze you some soup, put it in your freezer. So you can already have bags of containers of that already stored up, man. Just store up on your herbs, man. If you gotta, get you some protection, man, and get on top of that ASAP.
Yes.
You can do it legit.
What are you talking about? Like a prophylactic device? A condom? What is he talking
about? Self-defense, if you, whatever it is, bow and arrow, pistol, whatever it is, man.
Yes, sir.
In case we face times where we
yes, sir.
We get try for our belongings in our homes and that we have, that we own. So man, just stay on it, man, and stock up on you some water, man, and seeds, save your seeds, man, so you can grow some seeds, man, and start creating businesses, start creating trucking businesses. We're gonna need transportation of our product. Create some black-owned tissue companies, correct? Some black-owned water companies, man. Grocery stores. Get on top of it, man, and communicate with for emergency, preparation purposes, where y'all be able to meet in case of emergency purposes, man. And man, it's a lot of it's a lot of 5G. It's a lot of nanotechnology being put in the food. They using they starting to
GMOs.
use this. Well, yeah, they starting to use the dead bodies of COVID patients inside of compost. So
Facts.
yeah. So it's a lot that we about to be up against. So we just gotta be mindful of the food that we eat, the liquids that we consume, and the love that we share with each other. We can overcome anything. We like children. We part of creating this whole thing, man, collectively, and we are the children of the Most High. So just let's stay focused, stay connected, and stay unified.
Man, brother. Hey, I couldn't have said it better. And this isn't just for you, because I know you love your mom 1,000,000%. But if you're loving your mom out there, and this is for anybody who can hear me, and you think you're loving her to the max, you love her 1,000,000 times percent more. You don't realize that I lost my mom in November of last year. So you don't realize that, like when you said your mom, hit you up, that's how my mom moved. You know what I'm saying? She hit me up too. And so that's all I'm saying, man. That's for everybody, man. If you think you're there for your mom, man, as she was your portal, multiply that by at least 100%, is what I had. But I'm gonna throw it to Tori, brother. But I appreciate you doing this, man. And this platform is your platform. If you ever want to slide through and chop it up, let us know, bro.
Man, indeed, I appreciate it too, man. Thank you for the opportunity. Much love and respect,
Man, thank you. It's been expansive as I knew it would be, and learned quite a bit. So it's a blessing, and I'm gonna hit you offline. But brother, keep building, keep expanding, keep researching, keep informing.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, yeah, and another thing, man, to anybody, man, y'all come check out my strawberry purple sea moss drinks, man, my alkaline cleanser program, 7-day cleanser programs, my alkaline trail mix yummers, also my hip hop music, organic remix that I got on YouTube and all social media platforms. You can go check out as well. I'll shoot you the link to that as well. So but
yeah, we could put it in the comments. Yeah,
correct.
Hey, brother. Like self-love. Well, I'll let him say it, but peace and love, my brother. I'm pretty sure he's going to say love, honor, and respect, but I'll let him say it.
Yeah, love, honor, respect. We don't kick nobody out of here, especially our brothers. But we know that there'll be another time, because we all expanding, and we're gonna bring you back.
Oh yeah, for sure. We tap in some more, go on a deeper level.
Absolutely. And welcome to the Give Back Gang, bro. So show yourself out. We don't kick nobody out, but 1,000,000 of them, brother.
Hey, man. Peace and love, family. Y'all be good.
Yes, sir.
All right.
That was magnanimous, brother.
Yes.
Magnanimous. Self, all our guests are,
Yeah,
but I tell you what, I always look forward to it when you book a guest, because they're on a certain vibration. I'd be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because man, yeah, I know. I've been around them. We in the studio. You know what I mean? So I know, kind of how he is. Before
the vibration. Yeah.
Yeah, he was part of a group called Grad School, and they were, all of them were, rough around the edges at some point, but extremely talented and doing well, as individual artists. You know what I mean? And I just met him then, and then seeing him grow all up a point the whole time is like, yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be fantastic to, see that. We're all about mind elevation and self-love. So, and one thing I took from it is you cats, and I'm talking to myself when I say this, reach out to them. Definitely look into the alkaline diet. Self-love and I will open up these rabbit holes, but we always tell people to question everything and don't answer questions, but, do your own research, but, journey down that path, because, medical apartheid is out there. And I don't think it's ever stopped me personally. That's just my opinion, YouTube. Heal yourself. Those are in scriptures, right? Heal thyself.
Yes. Know thyself.
Man,
period.
You know what I mean? Right.
Know thyself, heal thyself, will thyself to the vision that you have in your mind. That was given to you.
Man, I thought he was about to do jazz hands. Jazz. When he did this, I was jazz.
Just take that vibrator, whatever it is, and get rid of the tumor. Like, damn. Okay.
Yeah, that was. I gotta say though, that was great. Yes,
it was amazing. It was amazing. That's what I thought.
All right, magnanimous, and so no one solved today's riddle. So I'll go over it again, so we can give you guys the key. Rachel goes to the supermarket and buys 10 tomatoes. Unfortunately, on the way back home, all but 9 get ruined. How many tomatoes are left in good condition? Delph Love?
Well, I know this is going to be dear and dear to your heart.
2 weeks straight, huh?
Yes.
2 weeks straight.
9!
Nina Ross. That's right. So the key here, you want to break down how you came up with that, Self?
Well, all but 9 were ruined.
I'm going to be 100% with you. When I read the riddle, you could click on it to get the answer. I couldn't figure it out. I looked at it like 3 times. And I felt like a son of a bee, when the answer came back. But you are correct. You are 100% correct. Yeah,
I knew the second that
you did.
Read it, it was like, okay, because now
I didn't have to read it twice.
I didn't either. I have to. I'm so like with words right now. That last week the and, because I heard the third one and not the fourth one before.
Mm-hmm.
That 4 is a party.
Mm-hmm. So I gave that riddle at my job. Nobody figured it out. That one from last week. Yeah.
That was like, because I've heard that the 4 was a party.
Your rhythm was off because we didn't do it in the proper format.
That's true too.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that had something to do with it. By the time you got to it, we probably already had Uncle Nearest and whatever's going on over there. We don't talk about what's in our cup. You guys, next week on the Self-Love Show, it's going to be live. Well, we have to confirm the date. So I'll just say this. Our next show, is entitled Paternal Rights or Wrongs. Huh?
Okay. I can, that'll be. And wow, what day is it going to be because of the.
Yeah, we'll have to work that out. But paternal rights or wrongs.
I can work with that.
Yeah, that's going to be a major topic. And, if anybody wants to check in, pull up, do hit us up. You can hit us in the comments, or you can text the 424-900-6945. Love to invite you to be part of the panel. any fathers out there that's been struggling with paternal rights or going through any situations, regarding that, it's something that needs to be unpacked specifically for the melanated B1 foundationally Black community.
Facts for the carbonated beings.
Yeah.
Got to put it all together.
Yes. So we're calling out to all dads, even mothers. We may want to hear from you as well if you want to be part of the panel. Pull up. As Self Love said, we need to decide on a day and a time because this Wednesday, 8 p.m. Chicago time, can't happen due to the plantation that I'm a part of and them making unilateral decisions. But I do think the creator, that I'm still on board. That all being said, did you have anything else on that, Self Love?
Hey, we're gonna have to figure it out, and it's gonna have to be on a weekend day, and stay advised. We're gonna let you know.
Yeah, and remember, my schedule changes quarterly, so I don't expect this to be an issue 3 months from now, but we'll go from there, God willing. Tomorrow, right here on TATN at 9 p.m. Chicago time on Mouthpiece Included. That's where we cover politics. That's sports mixed with politics. Our topic is today's NBA more difficult than the 90s? And then we go over other weekly see by your response, Self, we might have to have you pull up. Is today's NBA, well, Self, they're more athletic, and the analytics show that everybody's taller, faster, stronger. They can jump higher, et cetera, et cetera.
And you can't touch them, and you touch them way less, and it's people that went back there. If you couldn't touch them, they would completely destroy this whole situation. I'm just saying, my bad.
No, I appreciate that. And enough of my, what do you say, banter out there. I'm gonna turn it over to my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's wordsmiths. Final words out there. Big ups.
Yeah. So we talk about the alkaline diet. The medical association would try to make a riot. But they don't want you to try it. Because their healthy pyramid is toxic and leads to death. For all carbonated people. I agree with Gamal. We got no equal.
Facts, flesh.
We are plant-based, like we born out the earth.
Ashes to ashes, dirt to dirt.
We take the sunlight, turn it to energy, and put it to work.
Facts.
If you ain't got a chemistry, then you don't know how mad it hurt. But I'm here. Make sure that I search.
Seek and you shall find.
The cosmos for every point of energy. Because I need the alkalinity of me in my mind, thought, and soul. Helps me stay totally in control of my energy and emotional being.
Energy.
gifted from the universe and the all-seeing.
Yahweh.
I'ma make it work. And work as hard as I can to help the generation behind.
Flesh.
What you consume can elevate your mind.
Stand up.
The wrong thing can devalue your thought. Disconnect the energetic, electrical thoughts. So we got to do better. Figure out what's right for you and make you improve. But to each his own. I ain't preaching.
Lessons, not lectures.
Words.
Word is born. Well said, my brother. Well said. Well said, brother. All right. Well, we know what this means. As we close out this joint, we know exactly what this means. Y'all check out Ka Zodiac, Kazodiak.
I think you are the one.
You dope.
Honestly, I don't know. You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself.
Know thyself, y'all. Bullets are boomerangs.
Stand your ground.
Murder. That's suicide, man.
Yeah, man. An eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
You see something, say something.
Twirl, squalid. Slave theory. You want to make a slave? Raise that child with greed, ego, and fear. That's a slave.
Yeah, man. Because charity plus humility times love is freedom.
Free your mind. Do not, under any circumstances, no matter what you're told, do not answer questions.
Yeah, man. But I don't care where you heard it, where it came from. Even if I said it, you better question everything.
Hey, fear is cap, man. It's all an illusion.
It's only love.
Vibrate love, y'all. Forgiveness is the highest love vibration.
So forgive your enemy and do something charitable to end the beef.
Such as going down to your local pig precinct and bringing them some Dunkin' Donuts, some Krispy Kremes, and some Starbucks, bro.
No, I wouldn't do none of that part.
Hey, I heard from a wise man that healthy people heal thy people.
We hope for that, because we know the show hurt people.
Free the old man. Free Larry Hoover.
Free Steve Malik.
Free all the guys, man.
Yeah, man. Prison is slavery.
Be like St. Pedro, keep your eyes on Yahusha, and you too will walk on water.
Man, for sure, man. Just move mountains, bro.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love.
Yeah, like that one right there.
Tell you you're in love, you just know it. Through and through. Balls to
All we
balls.
need is the faith of a mustard seed to just make that just get on out the way.
Word.
Word to life.
Vibrate love, y'all.